Welcome to the Modern Contemplative, where we explore the intersections of science and spirituality. I talk about meditation. I call meditative living what many people call mindful living. And today I want to talk to you about mastering the mind in the modern world. And we can do that. You can do that without becoming a celibate yogi, a monk, or nun in any tradition. And I know this because everything I'm doing, some practitioners I know who are in the so-called lay life in the secular world do it, and they do it quite well, sometimes better than people who have dedicated their life to meditation and helping others via contemplative / spiritual practices. So I will share some very practical techniques that you can do throughout the day that will allow you all to experience our true nature, which is awareness itself. And we will do that through attending to sounds, sensations, feeling tones, and emotions. Feeling tones are the qualia, as neuroscientists would call it, the experience associated with seeing and hearing and tasting and smelling, or imagining or remembering or contemplating. This is unique to the human being, at least this quality of consciousness that we call feeling tones, or not sensations but connected to emotions. The feelings associated with complex cognition. And also there is the feeling or sense of being aware of awareness itself, metacognition, introspective awareness. And this is the key to mastering the mind, is always being aware, to be alert and relaxed. And when we do that throughout the day, then we will have more lucid dreams, and we will be aware even of deep sleep. And we're not aware of consciousness in deep sleep because there's no content, and we are always caught up in the glitter, the glamour, the gossip, the inner chatter, the seemingly endless storytelling that the mind fabricates ad nauseum. But beyond all of that, or seeing through that, cutting through that, we can experience awareness itself, which is radiant, which is luminous, which is tranquil. And the best way to do that is via respiration, conscious respiration, because when we don't breathe, we die, unless we're being sustained in a coma. Other than that situation, we are aware and we are breathing. Breath is happening. Lungs are pulling in oxygen, transforming it into carbon. There is the interplay of forces around us. Likewise with seeing, we have the photon. It makes contact with the retina of the eyes, transformed via electrical signals into information throughout various centers in the brain, over 30 visual centers in the brain. And then we have perceptions. We see, but actually it is a play of consciousness, as I talked about in another talk. So by taking the time to engage in certain exercises, such as counting the breath and blocking one nostril, a form of pranayama, inhaling for 4 or 5 seconds, closing one nostril, and each time you inhale and exhale, that is a cycle. And 10 cycles with one nostril, 10 cycles via the other nostril, and then regularly through the nostrils only, 4 to 5 seconds on the inhalation, and harmonize that with the exhalation. And that makes 30. 10, 10, 10, with both nostrils open. That is how you can calm the mind and body before meditation, or just do it throughout the day, just as we are accustomed to drinking coffee or tea to get energy, artificial energy when we need it. Likewise, you can rest in respiration, make your breathing conscious so that you will know that you are not the body, you are not the mind, because like that, when you remember, you can cut through thinking, you can cut through dark emotional states of being just by going back to the breath. You can also reduce your blood pressure by extending your exhalation, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And for those who are interested in the science regarding how this happens, Andrew Huberman has a wonderful podcast from a few months ago, and he talks about respiration and the nervous system, hacking the nervous system, and so on. So I gave you an exercise that's a type of pranayama. And then there's also the Wim Hof method, conscious hyperventilation. That's one way to describe it. And there's also box breathing. You can look that up. Inhaling for 4 seconds, holding the breath for 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds, and holding the breath for 4 seconds. That's 4, 4, 4, 4. It's called a box. You can do that for 5 seconds or 6 or 7 seconds and play around with that and see how you feel. Everyone will have to cultivate a routine that you can sustain, something that can be done routinely and deliberately until it is mastered. And then you will know what liberation feels like, what it tastes like in the modern world as you work, as you interact with others. Soon you'll be able to link your sensation of walking with respirations. Respiration done consciously and walking mindfully together, as Master Thich Nhat Hanh taught in person, online, and through many of his wonderful books. The wonder of living, the magic of reality, realizing that life is dynamic and that we are an appearance in the play of consciousness. Life is a play of consciousness. That is what this body and mind is, an appearance. We are all appearances in consciousness. And in order to realize that, we must relax the mind in order to see clearly. And in order to do that, conscious respiration is a reliable tool. You can also use the body itself, touching the thumbs together lightly, and then being aware of that. And no matter what happens, not forgetting this sensation, being attuned to the sensation of the fingers touching, the hands relaxing around the navel or on your lap. When you're driving, you can also do this, being alert yet relaxed. The peripheral vision is clear, but attending to what you need to attend to so you don't hit anyone or get caught up in an accident. And that also can be meditation. But first, you must master just being able to be still when you sit and be aware without going to sleep, without being too excited, or without being too lax, avoiding the extremes. So we say in Zen, be still and know. Stillness, yet alertness, but also relaxed. That's serenity, that's tranquility, and that leads to insights. Vipassana in Sanskrit, vipassana in Pali. You can do this as you are, wherever you are, without becoming a monk or a nun. And this is coming from a monk, realizing that I can do all of this without this form, but it is a very useful form in order to realize what I'm telling you. But once you realize that, you can continue to use the monastic form, or you can live amid everyone else and be a good practitioner. And I've met many people who are good practitioners, skillful individuals, very wise beings, though they choose not to become a yogi, a celibate yogi, or a contemplative in robes like myself. So, meditation, mastery in the modern world. You can do this, and I support you in doing this. So if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Peace and love from Modern Contemplative.